Have you just bought a brand new car? Then brace yourself, because what I'm about to tell you might hurt. Some of the most hyped vehicles of the past year are bleeding value at a terrifying pace. We're not talking about obscure brands nobody trusts. We're talking Tesla, Porsche, Maserati, Mercedes, names that were supposed to guarantee prestige and safety. But in 2025, that illusion is gone. In this video, I'll expose 7 newly released cars that could drain your bank account faster than you think. Cars that looked like a smart buy but turned out to be financial black holes. And here's the shocking part. If you already have one sitting in your driveway, you may have already lost tens of thousands of dollars without even realizing it. Why? Because the car market has changed. Electric hype is fading, competition is brutal, and the resale market is merciless. Buy the wrong car today, and a year from now, you'll be stuck with a depreciation nightmare. Stay until the end, because the last car on this list is a brand new release that analysts predict could lose over $30,000 in just 12 months. You think avoiding cheap Chinese brands protects you? Think again. Even the most prestigious names aren't safe anymore. Let's dive in and start with a model that proves even the most celebrated launches can turn into your worst investment ever. Porsche Macan. Everyone was waiting for this car. The new Porsche Macan EV was marketed as the electric SUV that would finally combine performance, luxury, and cutting-edge technology. On paper, it's perfect. Sleek design with Porsche DNA. A powerful electric drivetrain boasting around 370 miles of range, a high-tech interior with premium finishes, and a launch price north of $90,000. But the market doesn't care about what's on paper. Within months of its release, resale values started to crash. Dealers began offering massive discounts just to move inventory. Owners trying to sell were hit with offers $20,000 to $25,000 lower than they expected. Why? Because the Macan EV entered an already overcrowded battlefield. By the time it arrived, the premium EV space was flooded with strong competitors. Tesla Model Y performance. Cheaper, faster, with constant software updates BMW iX. Luxury plus brand loyalty, Audi Q8 e-tron. Already discounted and widely available. Against this backdrop, the Macan EV isn't seen as groundbreaking. It's just another electric SUV, and the market punishes anything that's just another. Here's the kicker. Gasoline Macans are killing it on the used market. A 2022 Macan GTS with low mileage is going for $65,000. Why would anyone pay almost $100,000 for an electric vehicle that depreciates faster and lacks the visceral Porsche experience? Buyers are asking themselves the same question, and they're walking away. EV technology evolves too quickly. Every new battery update, every new model announcement instantly makes the previous one obsolete. With Porsche already testing the 2026 facelift, the 2025 Macan EV is losing value faster than any Macan before it. Analysts predict that a year from now, the Macan EV could be worth $65,000 or less. That's a $25,000 loss, and you've done nothing wrong except buy at the wrong time. Why it's a trap? It's not revolutionary enough to stand out. It's too expensive compared to rivals. It's overshadowed by its own gasoline versions. If you're thinking about buying one, ask yourself, do you really want to gamble $90,000 on a car that might be worth $60,000 in 12 months? Because that's exactly what's happening. The Macan EV isn't just a car, it's a depreciation machine disguised as a luxury SUV. 6. Fiat Grande Panda. The name sounds playful, Grande Panda. It's supposed to evoke nostalgia while promising something new. But here's the truth. This car is having an identity crisis, and the market is already rejecting it. For 2025, Fiat unveiled a bigger, taller, SUV-styled version of its iconic city car. They promised a revolution in urban mobility. The specs looked decent. Price, around $20,000. Engine, mild hybrid design, crossover stance, modern interior, touchscreen tech. But the problem? Nobody knows who this car is for. The Grande Panda tries to be everything at once and ends up pleasing no one. The backlash was immediate. Just months after launch, barely used models are showing up on the market with 20% price drops. Some dealers are already offering aggressive discounts to clear stock, and when a car starts appearing on used car lots this fast, it's a huge red flag. If you buy one new today, be ready to take a hit. Within 12 months, it could be worth half of what you paid. Not because it's unreliable, not because it's ugly, but because the market has no idea why this car exists. The Grande PANDA is a lesson in branding failure. You can't take a beloved name, slap it on a confused product, and expect buyers to fall in love. 5. Maserati GRECALE FOLGORE. Some cars are born legends, or at least that's what marketing wants you to believe. The Maserati GRECALE FOLGORE, the brand's first fully electric SUV, launched with high expectations, sleek Italian styling, a prestigious badge, and over 500 horsepower. It should have been a winner. Instead, it's becoming one of the most dangerous luxury purchases of 2025. Why it looked like a safe bet on paper? The Folgore has everything. 830 Newton-meters of torque, thrilling acceleration, luxurious interiors with bespoke detailing, an exclusive brand image that screams sophistication. With a sticker price above $110,000, buyers expected it to hold its value like a true Maserati. But the market is telling a very different story. When you spend six figures on an electric SUV, you want to feel like you're buying the pinnacle of innovation. Unfortunately, Maserati is a newcomer in this field, and buyers know it. Analysts predict that within 12 months, the GRECALE FOLGORE could drop to $70,000, or even lower. That's a $40,000 loss just for owning it during its first year. And this has nothing to do with quality. The Folgore isn't unreliable, it's not slow, it's simply the wrong car at the wrong time. The GRECALE FOLGORE is gorgeous, it's thrilling to drive, but it's also a $110,000 experiment, one the market isn't rewarding. If you buy one today, be prepared to watch its value nosedive. Because in 2025, even beauty and prestige aren't enough to save an electric SUV from financial disaster. 4. Jaguar I-Pace. Back in 2018, the Jaguar I-Pace was celebrated as a game-changer. It was the first premium electric SUV from a European brand, hailed as the Tesla killer. Sleek design, 400 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and an impressive 290 miles of range on paper. For a while it worked. It won awards, turned heads, and gave Jaguar a fresh identity. But fast forward to 2025, and the I-Pace is one of the worst financial traps in the EV market. The I-Pace was revolutionary at launch, but technology moved on, and Jaguar didn't. Battery tech barely improved, software updates were minimal, competitors introduced models with better range, faster charging, and lower prices. While Tesla kept pushing updates and brands like BMW and Mercedes flooded the EV space with new models, Jaguar fell behind. The electric market doesn't forgive stagnation. If you're not constantly innovating, you're forgotten. Jaguar's failure to keep the I-Pace competitive turned it from a pioneer into a relic. And that's reflected in the resale values. For those who bought one new in 2023 or 2024, the financial hit is brutal. Even with low mileage, dealers are reluctant to take them in, and private sales mean deep discounts. The I-Pace drives beautifully, it's comfortable. But in 2025, none of that matters to the market. What matters is how quickly it sells, and right now it doesn't. The I-Pace is the perfect example of how innovation without follow-up leads to disaster. It started as a hero and ended up as one of the most depreciated premium EVs ever. If you're tempted by a cheap used I-Pace, remember, it's cheap for a reason. And if you bought one new, you already know how much it hurts. 3. Tesla Model S. For years, the Tesla Model S was the electric car. It was the symbol of the future, sleek, silent, and brutally fast. Tech enthusiasts dreamed of owning one, and those who did felt ahead of everyone else. But in 2025, this once revered EV is facing a harsh reality. Its value is falling off a cliff. When dreams meet the market. Take the story of Mark. In 2023, he finally pulled the trigger on a Model S long range, spending over $110,000. It had everything. Minimalist interior, over 370 miles of range, and supercar-level acceleration. He thought, this car will hold its value. It's the future. Fast forward to 2025, and when he tried to sell it, he got an offer for $67,000. That's a $43,000 loss in less than 2 years. What happened? The same thing that's killing many electric cars. Tesla constantly slashes prices on new models. Updates come too fast, making older models feel outdated overnight. Competition is stronger than ever. Buyers have more choices and better deals. The Model S hasn't aged badly. It's still a great car, but the market doesn't care. Dealers are wary of buying used Teslas because the market is saturated battery degradation, worries some buyers newer models are cheaper and better equipped. As a result, resale values keep falling. The Model S was once a status symbol. Today, it's an example of how quickly prestige can fade in the EV world. Owners are stuck watching their car's value drop by 30% or more, even when it's in perfect condition. Tesla's aggressive price cuts hurt existing owners. Updates devalue older cars overnight. The brand itself is pushing newer, cheaper models to dominate sales. If you're buying a new Model S in 2025, you're essentially betting against Tesla's own pricing strategy. And that's a bet you're likely to lose. The Model S remains a phenomenal driving experience, but financially, it's a ticking time bomb. Mark's mistake wasn't buying a Tesla. His mistake was believing it would hold value. In today's EV market, even legends don't age well. Second, Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Everyone's been talking about it. The new generation Alfa Romeo Stelvio is one of the most anticipated launches of 2025. It promises to be sportier, more efficient, and more luxurious than ever, with hybrid and electric options, and a fresh design to turn heads. Sounds like a winner, right? Not quite. The new Stelvio should have been released 2 years ago. Instead, it's entering a segment that's already overcrowded. BMW X, 3 facelifted and strong-seller Audi Q5 hybrid, updated and tech-packed Lexus NX plug-in, a reliability darling. Volvo XC60 EV, already a hit with eco-conscious buyers. By the time the Stelvio hits showrooms, competitors are established and discounted. This means Alfa Romeo has to fight with price cuts from day one. Another challenge, customer confidence. Alfa Romeo has spent years trying to rebuild its image. Drivers love how their cars feel, but resale values have always been brutal. Potential buyers worry, will this hold its value? Will support be consistent? Will I regret buying it at full price? This hesitation is already visible in pre-order numbers. The new Stelvio is expected to launch around $55,000, but analysts forecast a $15,000 drop in the first 12 months, especially for the mild hybrid and gasoline-only versions. If there's no fully electric variant at launch, the depreciation could be even worse. Even with improved tech and design, the Stelvio faces too many hurdles. Late to the market. Overshadowed by rivals, a history of poor resale performance. Early adopters, those who rush to buy at launch, are the ones who will pay the price. When this SUV hits the road, it won't just be competing against other brands. It'll be fighting its own history of depreciation. The driving experience might be amazing. The design might be stunning. But financially, buying the Stelvio at launch is like throwing $15,000 into the wind. First, Mercedes GLA Electric. Mercedes is a name people trust. For decades, buying a Mercedes meant you were safe from the pitfalls of car ownership. Strong resale, prestige, and reliability. But the 2025 Mercedes GLA Electric is proving that even the most trusted badges can fail. The GLA Electric was launched as a premium compact EV. Stylish design, smooth handling, a silent powertrain, tech-filled interior price tag, just above $53,000. On paper, it checks all the boxes. In reality, it's losing value at record speed. What went wrong? The premium EV segment has collapsed into chaos. Demand for mid-tier electric SUVs is shrinking. Supply has exploded with too many choices. Buyers are flocking to either affordable EVs or exclusive high-end models. The GLA falls right in the middle, and in 2025, the middle is where cars go to die. Mercedes purists think it lacks the soul of the brand. EV buyers see better range and tech elsewhere. Budget-conscious shoppers avoid it because it's not cheap enough. The result? Dealers can't move them without heavy incentives. At launch, the GLA Electric seemed like a solid buy, but just months later, analysts expect its value to sink to around $35,000, an $18,000 loss in a single year. Worse, used car dealers are already saying, "We're not taking these easily. There are too many sitting on lots." Once a car gets that label, resale prices collapse. The GLA Electric isn't a bad car. It's comfortable, refined, and well built, but it's also a victim of timing and positioning. Too expensive to be rational, too ordinary to be aspirational. If you're buying this car thinking it's a Mercedes, it'll hold value, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Because in 2025, even the 3-pointed star can't save you from an $18,000 loss. In 2025, the car market is brutal. No name, no badge, no hype, guarantees you'll keep your money safe. If you don't research, if you buy at the wrong time, you risk burning thousands without even realizing it. Do you own one of these cars? Were you thinking about buying one? Share your story in the comments because your experience could save someone else from making the same mistake. Subscribe and hit the bell, because every week we reveal the truth car companies don't want you to know. In this market, knowledge isn't just power, it's money saved.